What up, Wager Bros? Coming at you on Saturday night after the round three that we all dreamed about at Augusta National. Yeah, it was everything we wanted it to be. It
Yeah,
set up probably what's going to be one of the most iconic Sundays in, obviously since 2019. But
that's
I
potential.
mean, it has potential. Let's just say that. Obviously, Rory playing his first six holes in five under par, including a chip in on two for eagle.
Yeah,
That was insane. And then he birdied the tough number five today. Um, and then he had a few miscues in the middle of the round, but
they did.
you know, he stayed patient. He didn't let it bother him. And if it weren't for those two double bogeys on Thursday, he would be leading by six right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like
Well, I mean,
I,
the beginning of that round was just so exciting. I mean, starting out with six straight threes.
yeah,
I mean, it was. You thought, okay, at some point he's got to, come back a little bit because
and he did.
that's just a start that you can't possibly, continue for
Yeah,
18 holes, and it that did happen. But
yeah,
then picked it right back up. The eagle on 15 was incredible. Um, so yeah, but obviously then Bryson closing how he did.
hmm
Tomorrow is going to be I think an absolutely epic day. The two most popular guys in the game right now, you could say.
yeah.
Um, so yeah,
And let's not forget, like, I mean, there's a group of guys at five and six under, right? Like you got Patrick Reed shooting, getting in the mix at six under. You got Ludwig Aberg at six under, and then you got names like Scotty Scheffler, Justin Rose, Shane Lowry, Zach Johnson, who shot a smooth little 66 today. These guys are all like they're back, and they have to go out and throw a number
yeah,
at them
a,
tomorrow.
a
But
really low one.
we've seen it before, like where somebody goes out and posts a number. What do you think? What do you think wins it tomorrow?
I my when I looked at this at the end of the day, I said I think this is a race, in my opinion, to 14 under. If
Yeah,
whoever gets the 14 under, I think they're going to be the winner. So you look at that, that
yeah,
means Bryson's got to shoot no less than 68. Rory's got to go out there and protect his lead, shoot at least shoot 70.
yeah. I just think that like you know we saw it was very easy to. I mean, we talked about it on Thursday night, right? Like we how easy it would have been to Rory was seven shots back, and it would have been easy to just give up, right? And just be like, well, that's not the year. I think his resiliency is showing the fact that he could come back and eagle 15, very Tiger-esque, by the way, with that towering iron shot to 6 feet and drains the eagle putt. He's walking after it. He's got the club twirls going. Like I I think that if there was, like you said it before we started filming, if he doesn't do it this year, he never does it.
Yeah,
Like,
this is will end up being the Phil Mickelson's U.S. Open that he's
yeah,
trying that he's been missing, and if he doesn't get it done tomorrow, and I mean it's right there for him. You only have one guy behind you. Really, I obviously
yeah,
Corey Connors is at 8 under. No offense to Corey Connors, I don't see him passing both Bryson DeChambeau and Rory McIlroy to get it done
on Sunday at the
on
Masters.
Sunday at Augusta. So, it
Yeah.
really comes down to Rory versus Bryson in my mind.
I mean, Corey Connors is plus 1,800 right now to win the Masters, and he's only four shots back of the lead, and he's
Right.
in third place. But, like, yeah, the books obviously don't see that. I mean, I think if you're going to put value on anybody, I think, Aberg is 35 to 1. If he goes out and puts 64 on tomorrow, he gets to 14. Like, like I think that could be value there. But like, yeah, you're right. It's the Rory and Bryson show in the final group. We're gonna get to see every shot. Like, I think Rory needs to go out there, and I think if he birdies all the par fives, just go out there and those pins, you birdie all the par fives and you play the rest of the holes in even par, like you shoot 68 and I think you win it. Like, and I think that, I mean, my gut says 15 under wins it, but
Yeah.
we all know what happens at Augusta on a Sunday. They're gonna roll the greens tonight. They're gonna suck the air out of them. They're gonna make them super fast, and and we're gonna get to see what it is. This is why it's the greatest day in professional golf is Sunday at Augusta National, and I think I think that there's I think it's gonna Bryson has been he's been getting when he gets up and down it's been on par fives, and that's where he's still been able to make birdies. But he hasn't been, Bryson hasn't been. His putter has been saving him the last 2 days, right? Like if you look at his stats, um, and get like into the weeds you know, on what he's doing. Like he hasn't, he only converted, he only hit 50% of greens today. His sand saves, he did 50% for the week, right? We saw him not get up and down on 13, with a poor bunker shot. And, we saw him not get up and down on 12, after missing the green. So like I think that if Bryson's going to have a chance, as well as Rory is striking the ball, and we saw Bryson go out to the range tonight, I think if he's going to have any chance whatsoever, he has to hit a lot more greens tomorrow,
Sure.
you know? And so,
Well, we know.
that,
I mean, we know where these pins are going to be for the most part. They change a few of them here and there, but where some of the major holes are going to be. So it's a matter of putting the ball in the right spot. And
yeah,
if you get out of position, then you're going to be in trouble. So
yeah, I mean,
as you alluded to, you've got to get the ball in the right spot and and not miss greens on the wrong side, especially.
yeah, I mean, 7, that pin's going to be the bowl front right. 9, it's going to be in the middle of the green there. On 11, it's going to be front left over the water. 12, it's going to be right. 13, they may play with. They do sometimes.
Yeah.
15 is going to be way left on the left edge of the green.
Mhm.
16 is going to be way left over the water, and 18 will be where 18 is. So I mean, like. Bryson has to hit he has to hit fairways and he has to hit greens tomorrow. Like that's going to be his thing, because if his putter stays hot, he'll give Rory a run for his money. But I think I just, I think if Rory goes out and shoots 3 under on the front nine, I think it's over. Like, and so we'll see what happens. But,
Either way,
if
it'll be
if
exciting.
you're, if you if you're within 4 or 5 shots on going into the back nine on Sunday, like
Yeah.
we've always said this, like anything can happen. So it's gonna be a super exciting day of golf, guys. Really, just we're a little reserved tonight because we're not supposed to want this as bad as we want this, and we're not supposed to be rooting for it because Rory's given us so much heartbreak, but. I think we're there. So we're gonna come back tomorrow with a post tournament recap, talking about all the things, what happens if Rory wins. I might have green face paint on. If Rory doesn't win, I will be. Or if Rory doesn't win, I'll be drinking Fireball straight from the bottle till I pass out. So either way, guys, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow night for our Masters tournament recap.